Welcome back to the Irish Bandit channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. Happy Thursday. We're almost to the weekend, everyone. I am back today talking about my 5 favorite performances from one of my all-time favorite actors. I've been watching him ever since I was a little kid. First movie I really remember seeing him in is the movie Big, which unfortunately isn't on this list, but when I did the first draft of the list, the character of Josh Baskin was on it. We'll put him as an honorable mention, though. Got a couple honorable mentions, but we'll get on that a little bit later on. We are talking about my five favorite performances from Tom Hanks. He's just a wonderful actor, versatile actor as well. He can do comedy, he can do drama. He's been in a lot of great movies and is an Academy Award winner, and deservedly so. So we're going to talk about my 5 favorite performances that he has been in. Now, they're all going to be from movies. They won't be from TV. So Magic and Mazes, or that Dungeons and Dragons Hatchet Job movie that he was in, is not going to be on the list. Neither will his role on Bosom Buddies. So, kicking things off, this movie was based on true events about the launch of the Apollo 13 space shuttle. He's playing the real-life Jim Lovell in this movie. So, number 5, Jim Lovell. So, truth be told, it has been a very, very long time since I've watched Apollo 13, but I just remember what a fantastic role it was for Tom Hanks, playing the real-life Jim Lovell on the Apollo 13 space mission, with everything that went wrong with that mission, with the iconic "Houston, we have a problem." He brought so much to that role with his acting ability, being able to bring everything to the role. Wonderful role. Like I said, been a long time since I've watched it. I'm gonna have to watch it again, but I really can't say too much more other than did a fantastic job in the movie, and I think he did the role well. He brought something to that role, like he does with every role. Coming in at number 4 is one of the few movies that Tom Hanks did not star in. He had a supporting role, but he didn't star in the movie. He left that up to other great actors like, who was in that movie? Liv Tyler. And that's the only one I remember. I don't remember anybody else who was in that movie. I just know that Tom Hanks gave a great performance as a scummy record producer in the 1960s. When we're talking about the one-hit wonders of the 60s, this one really encapsulates it very well. Coming in at number 4 is Mr. White from That Thing You Do. While Tom Hanks only had a supporting role in this movie, he gave it his all, like he does with every movie. He plays Mr. White, a record producer for Playtone Records, and it turns out he has some pretty underhanded scheming when it comes to the handling of his group, The Wonders. This was just showed a different side to Tom Hanks, honestly and truthfully, because he plays all these like good guy roles where he's, straight-laced and just really nice. And this one, he was kind of sleazy, a little underhand, a little scummy, and he just pulled it off so well. And when you have such a great talent, great cast surrounding him as well, like Liv Tyler. I think Steve Zahn was in the movie as well. Yes, he was. Giovanni Ribisi, I think he was in the movie. I don't know. It wasn't as long as I've seen Apollo 13, but it has been a while since I've seen That Thing You Do. But still, Tom Hanks in this movie is something to behold because of just the underhanded tactics that Mr. White uses, and he's just unscrupulous about it. He doesn't care. It's like during the ending of the movie, he's like, well, you're contracted to sing the songs that we give you. You can have like 2 songs you wrote, but everything else has to be from the Playtone catalog. It's just like, oh, he just roped them into that one. It wasn't even so dirty. Did the Wonders so dirty, or the Oneaters. I love that bit in the movie. So Mr. White was a great role for Tom Hanks. Coming in at number 3 is probably, I don't want to say it's the role that made Tom Hanks famous, but he won so many awards for this movie and just did a wonderful, wonderful job. It is an Academy Award winning movie. It is one of the best movies that I've ever seen. Coming in at number 3, Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump. What an incredible role for Tom Hanks. He just did such an amazing job as this character. Now, after watching the movie, it was only after watching the movie that I realized that Forrest Gump was based on a book. And I read the book, and you could tell there were a lot of differences between the book and the movie. It's one of those things where they took a lot of artistic license with the movie over the book. So, but that character just came through, and Tom Hanks did it justice. Just the way, the iconic look of the haircut and sitting at the bus stop. Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And just, that movie is so quotable, and with everything that Tom Hanks says, like, from then on, I was wrong, Jenny. I still think about the Weird Al song Gump, but Tom Hanks did an amazing turn in that movie and deserved the Academy Award that he won for it. It was just wonderful. He was so sweet and simple and just had a different worldview than most people. And it was, you love to see the relationship between him and Lieutenant Dan, played by Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise would pop up quite a bit because Gary Sinise was in Apollo 13. He's in Forrest Gump that we're talking about. He's going to be in a movie we're going to talk about later. Won't tell you what number that one is, but so you saw the chemistry between Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump, and I think it was just that real life chemistry with Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks that just made it so believable and so lovable, I guess you could say. But Forrest Gump, an amazing movie, an amazing role, and it really, really put Tom Hanks out there. It's not just a comedic actor. He could do the dramatic stuff. Because beforehand, you had movies like The Burbs and Big, which I talked about earlier. So we knew Tom Hanks as a comedic actor, but when he started doing the dramatic roles, that's when we realized, oh wow, okay, Tom Hanks is actually a really good actor. And I think the Academy Awards he's won has proven it. Now, while he didn't get an Academy Award for these movies, I think he still did a fantastic job. Again, seeing what a versatile actor he is. This time it's not an on-screen role, I guess you could say it was. It's a voice role that he's known for as well. Coming in at number 2 is his role as Woody in the Toy Story movies. Okay, so I may be cheating a little bit with this one in a lot of ways, putting Woody on this list and just lumping all 4 of the Toy Story movies together, but it's my list. I don't care. If you disagree, I'm sure you can let me know. I absolutely love the Toy Story movies. They were just so bright and colorful and fun and heartfelt and had just a great story through all 4 movies. The character of Woody was just tailor-made for Tom Hanks. And then when you have somebody like Tim Allen to work off of as the Buzz Lightyear character, and just all the great actors who were in that movie as well, like the late Estelle Harris, the late Jim Varney, Wallace Shawn as the voice of Rex, Laurie Metcalf as the mom in all 4 movies. No, I guess Andy wasn't in the 4th movie, neither was his mom, but Laurie Metcalf was in 3 of the movies, so did a fantastic job there as well. Arlie Ermy as one of the army guys. Oh, how could you not go wrong with that? But Tom Hanks really showed what a versatile actor he was by doing this role. And he didn't even really do anything different with his voice. Just put on a little bit of a southern twang, and there you go. There's Sheriff Woody. There's a snake in my boot. Reach for the sky. I absolutely love, like I said, I love the Toy Story movies. They're some of the most well-made animated movies that I have ever seen. And I think the movie would have been very different had someone else done the role of Woody other than Tom Hanks. I think that movie was just, those movies, I should say, were tailor made for him. And I can't see anyone else as Woody. Just like I can't see anyone else as Buzz Lightyear when it comes to Tim Allen. So, well, I guess, with the Lightyear movie out with Chris Evans as Buzz in the movie, I don't know. I still haven't seen Lightyear yet. Maybe I'll watch it soon and do a review. We'll see. So just quickly before I get to my number one favorite Tom Hanks role, let's talk about a few honorable mentions. I talked about Josh Baskin before. You also have to put in his role in Castaway. Just an hour and a half of Tom Hanks by himself on a desert island talking to a volleyball. How can you go wrong with that? And you also have movies like The Burbs and Dragnet. You could do a whole lot of great lists with Tom Hanks movies. His best dramas, his best comedies. Another one is like Road to Perdition. Tom Hanks is a hitman. Saving Mr. Banks. Tom Hanks is Walt Disney. I still haven't seen that, but my God, Tom Hanks is Walt Disney. How can you go wrong with that? So some great Tom Hanks movies that you really need to check out. Especially my number one favorite Tom Hanks role. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Just a fantastic movie based on a fantastic set of books by Stephen King. From the movie The Green Mile, Paul Edgecombe. For me personally, the role of Paul Edgecombe stands head and shoulders above all other Tom Hanks roles. He brought such an intensity to this role of this prison guard from Louisiana in the 1940s and just made it his own with an excellent source material by Stephen King, writing by Frank Darabont, who directed the movie as well. I think it was his second movie that he directed, and again, based on a Stephen King property when he did The Shawshank Redemption, another excellent adaptation of a Stephen King story. I felt that this one was better though. Like honestly and truthfully, The Shawshank Redemption is fantastic. It is a great movie and I highly recommend it. But there was something to The Green Mile. It could have been Tom Hanks's acting. He did such a phenomenal job, and the cast that he had around him: Michael Clark Duncan, Michael Jeter, Graham Greene, Barry Pepper, Doug Hutchinson, David Morris, Sam Rockwell, James Cromwell. What an elite group of actors in Bonnie Hunt to play his wife. What an elite group of actors in this film. It was, and the emotion, you can just tell the emotion on his face during the more emotional scenes. Tom Hanks was absolutely brilliant in The Green Mile, and if you have not seen it, you should. It is a fantastic movie. It's one that I highly rave about. It's, anything in my top 10 I rave about, but especially this one. It is just, and don't get me wrong, I get the Christ allegory in it with the character of John Coffey and Paul Edgecombe, but wow, just Tom Hanks delivers on everything in every scene that he is in. It is just phenomenal, and the way he interacts with everybody. And again, there's a scene with Paul Coffey, he's a hockey player, John Coffey's lawyer, who's played by Gary Sinise. Again, that chemistry, that tension, especially when the lawyers talk about the trial and everything that they assumed happened with the trial of John Coffey. They just play off each other so well, and he does with everybody in the movie. And especially the chemistry between him and Michael Clark Duncan is just, oh, there's something there that you can feel. Like it is just radiating off the screen. And this is why the role of Paul Edgecombe is my favorite Tom Hanks role. But what is your favorite? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'd really love to read your opinion. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. In the description, you're going to see a link to all my social media and all the ways you can help support this channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Reddit. In the description, you're also going to see a link to my Redbubble store. We can pick up all your Irish Bandit merchandise. You're also going to see a link to my very first novel, Shade Falling. You can pick that up on Amazon. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can pick it up for free. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, tap the bell and you'll be notified whenever a brand new video goes live. Next Tuesday and Thursday, it is The Pitch, where I pitch a full-scale S Club 7 reunion. We're going to talk about everything, and it is so big I need 2 videos to talk about it. So wait till next week and you'll see what I have pitched for an S Club 7 reunion. Until then, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys again on Tuesday.